The Ford F-150 is America's best-selling vehicle for 41 years in a row. And it is easy to see why. But with Toyota releasing their all-new 2025 Tundra, can Ford keep their title as the king of the full-size trucks? Let's compare dependability, starting with reliability ratings. Both trucks are fairly new on the market right now. The F-150 was redesigned in 2021 and the Tundra hasn't even hit the market yet. But we do have some data that we can look at. The 2021 F-150 has an overall rating of 3 out of 5 stars from nearly 800 reviews on RepairPal. While the 2022 Tundra has an overall rating of 4 out of 5 stars from more than 300 reviews. Now, these numbers aren't everything, but they're a great place to start when comparing reliability between the two trucks. What about owner satisfaction? Well, according to J.D. Power, the F-150 has much lower initial quality scores than the Tundra. For every 100 new vehicles, there are 203 problems reported for the F-150, while there are only 165 problems reported for the Tundra. That means that for every 100 vehicles, Tundra owners are less likely to report a problem. Not a good sign for Ford. When looking at the dependability ratings from JD, the F-150 does get a little bit better, but not enough to make up the difference. Out of 173 problems reported for every 100 vehicles, the F-150 has 144, while the Tundra has 128. Still, not a good sign for Ford. So what actually breaks on these trucks? We can learn a lot by checking out the most common problems reported by owners. According to RepairPal, the worst problems reported for both of these trucks are engine failure, battery failure, and airbag warning light issues. Luckily, there are no recalls on either of these trucks right now. However, the 2022 model year Tundra did have a recall last year for a suspension issue, which is kind of concerning. Hopefully, this is just a one-off for Toyota, and they'll be able to release the Tundra without any further issues, according to Car Complaints. The top 3 most common problems for the 2021 F-150 are all related to the infotainment system, including the radio, Apple, CarPlay, and Android Auto, and navigation system. These are all software-related problems, and hopefully Ford has fixed them for the newer models. But it doesn't look like it because these problems are still present in the newest model year. It's also worth noting that Ford has had multiple recalls on the 2021 F-150 for various reasons. One for the transmission, one for the airbags, and one for the seat. These problems could have affected thousands of drivers and really hurt Ford's reliability rating. While the Toyota Tundra has fewer reported problems than the F-150, it's hard to say that it's a more reliable truck. They're both very capable, powerful trucks that have their own strengths and weaknesses. If we look beyond the obvious problems, though, we can see that the F-150 does have slightly more reported problems than the Tundra. This could be due to a number of factors, including the fact that the F-150 is a much older design, but it could also be a sign that the Tundra is actually more reliable. We'll have to wait and see how the Tundra holds up over time. As far as cost of ownership goes, the Tundra actually comes out ahead of the F-150. It costs slightly less to own and maintain a Tundra than an F-150, and it gets better gas mileage as well. Both trucks are rated for 17 miles per gallon in the city and 22 on the highway. But the Tundra has a slightly larger gas tank, so it'll go further between fill-up. I think the winner of this comparison is pretty obvious. The Tundra is more reliable, less expensive to own, and gets better gas mileage. There's really no reason to choose the F-150 over the Tundra, unless you're set on having a Ford. With that being said, the F-150 is still a great truck that will likely get better as Ford continues to update it. I think the main takeaway here is that both of these trucks are very capable and reliable. You really can't go wrong with either one. Just make sure you do your research and find the right one for you. Thanks for watching this Ford F-150 versus Toyota Tundra comparison. We have in-depth reviews on all the latest models, including the Toyota Tundra and Ford F-150. Be sure to subscribe for more great videos.